There's something sacred about morning time. It's the beginning of another day, a quiet invitation to move forward with purpose, to breathe in new life, and to live with intention. But for people over 70, the morning is also a vulnerable hour, a time when your body is waking but not yet ready, when your balance is delicate, when your heart is adjusting, when one wrong move, one small, unnoticed mistake, can set off a chain of problems that no one warned you about. And that's what we're here to speak about today. Because while you've likely spent a lifetime caring for others, now it's time to learn how to care for yourself, wisely, gently, and with great respect for the changes age brings. Before we go any further, I urge you to do something important. Take a moment now to like this video and subscribe to this channel, because we talk about what truly matters here, without fluff, without shortcuts, and without pretending that age is something you should hide from. You've earned your years, and now you deserve to live them well. You see, many older adults begin their day by doing things that seem harmless, routine, even. But with age, the rules change. What once was automatic must now become intentional, and the mistakes that once cost you a moment now can cost you your balance, your clarity, or even your safety. Let me ask you, have you ever stood up too quickly and felt dizzy? Have you skipped breakfast because you weren't hungry, only to feel tired and confused later? Have you reached for your medication without water? Have you gone straight to coffee before giving your body the hydration it desperately needed after a night of rest? These aren't just minor habits. They are quiet threats, mistakes that seem small, but over time can chip away at your strength, your confidence, and your independence. You don't need to fear mornings, but you do need to understand them. Because after 70, the first hour of your day is no longer just about getting up. It's about protecting your rhythm, honoring your body, and setting the tone for how well you will function through the day ahead. And the truth is, avoiding these 4 mistakes doesn't require massive change. It requires attention, awareness, a few simple shifts that can help prevent fatigue, dizziness, heart strain, cognitive fog, and falls, things that become harder to recover from with each passing year. So stay with me, because the first morning mistake we'll talk about happens in the very first moment you open your eyes. It's something so many seniors do without thinking, and yet, it could be one of the most dangerous habits of all. This is about reclaiming your mornings, your strength, and your peace of mind. The first dangerous morning mistake many people over 70 make is getting out of bed too quickly. It sounds harmless. You open your eyes, swing your legs over the side, and stand, just like you've done for decades. But what your body could tolerate at 40 or 50 becomes a quiet risk at 70 and beyond. Because what feels like a normal routine can suddenly trigger a drop in blood pressure, cause dizziness, or worse, lead to a fall you never saw coming. It's called orthostatic hypotension, a condition that causes your blood pressure to drop suddenly when you stand. It's common in older adults, especially those on blood pressure medications, diuretics, or those who may be slightly dehydrated from the night before. If you've ever felt lightheaded, off balance, or slightly disoriented in the first few seconds after getting up, that's not just aging, it's your body warning you. And I ask you, from a place of care, please like this video and subscribe to this channel if even a part of you recognizes that your mornings feel harder than they used to. Because we're not just talking about routines, we're talking about protecting the life you've worked so hard to build. Here's what happens while you sleep. Your blood pressure naturally lowers, your heart rate slows, and your circulation becomes more sluggish. When you wake, your body needs a few moments to reorient, to bring blood back to your brain, to re-engage your muscles, to stabilize your posture. But most people don't give their body that chance. They rush, they swing their legs out, they stand, and sometimes they fall. Let me ask you, have you ever caught yourself wobbling in the first few minutes of the day? Have you ever had to grab the nightstand, the wall, or the arm of a chair just to steady yourself? That is not something to ignore. That is not a small thing. That is your body asking for a new kind of respect. So how do you avoid this mistake? Slow down. The moment you wake, stay in bed for 1 or 2 minutes. Breathe deeply. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch your arms and legs gently. Let your circulation begin to move. Then sit up slowly. Place your feet on the floor, but don't stand yet. Wait another 30 seconds. Rotate your ankles. Roll your shoulders. Take 3 slow, steady breaths. Only then, when your body is caught up to your will, should you rise. This simple pause, this act of intentional patience, can save you from falls, from injuries, from confusion, and from the kind of panic that leaves lasting trauma in older adults. It may feel strange at first. You may want to rush. You may think, this is silly, I'm fine. But what you're doing is not silly. It is wise. It is dignified. It is how a strong, smart adult honors the truth of the body they live in now. You see, strength after 70 is not about pushing harder. It's about moving smarter. Imagine starting your day not with dizziness or fear, but with steadiness, with calm, with confidence that your body and mind are fully awake before you take that first step. You deserve that kind of beginning, every single morning. And stay with me, because the second mistake we'll explore is something you do, or more often don't do, in the next few minutes after standing. It's a habit many seniors unintentionally fall into, but it quietly sabotages energy, mental clarity, and even heart health throughout the day. Your mornings matter. Let's make sure you're not starting them in ways that slowly wear you down. The second dangerous morning mistake that far too many people over 70 make is skipping hydration, neglecting to drink water soon after waking. It's such a small thing, it almost feels unimportant. But after 70, skipping that first glass of water in the morning is not just a bad habit. It's a silent threat. Let me explain why. When you sleep, your body goes 6, sometimes 8 hours without water. That's a long time for a system that depends on hydration to function properly. During the night, you lose fluids through breathing, sweating, and metabolic processes, even if you don't feel thirsty when you wake. So by morning, your body is already dehydrated. And for older adults, this is more dangerous than you might realize. As we age, our sense of thirst diminishes. The internal signal that tells younger people, I need water, gets quieter. By the time an older adult feels thirsty, they're often already significantly dehydrated. And that dehydration doesn't just cause dry mouth. It causes fatigue before the day even begins. Low blood pressure, which worsens dizziness and fall risk. Mental fog, making it harder to think clearly or remember. Increased heart strain, as your body struggles to move blood efficiently. Constipation, which can start from the very first hour of the day. And here's the part that breaks my heart. Many seniors begin their mornings with coffee or medication before even drinking a single sip of water. But caffeine is a diuretic. It removes fluid, and medications, especially those for blood pressure or cholesterol, rely on hydration to be processed safely by your kidneys. So what happens when you take pills on an empty stomach without water after a full night of dehydration? The answer is your body struggles, silently, repeatedly, and eventually it starts to show. Let me ask you, have you felt unusually tired mid-morning, lightheaded, unsteady on your feet? Do you find yourself forgetting words, losing focus, or just feeling off as the day begins? These are not mysterious signs of aging. They are signs of a system running dry. And if you've just realized this has become a pattern in your life, then pause, like this video, and subscribe. Because solutions don't have to be complicated. They just have to be consistent. And that's what we offer here: truth, consistency, and wisdom you can act on. Here's what to do. The first thing you should do, before coffee, before food, before medication, is drink a full glass of room temperature water. Not ice cold, not flavored, just clean, still water. About 8 to 12 ounces. Sip it slowly. Let it wake up your system. Let it restore circulation, begin digestion, and give your kidneys the support they need before they're asked to filter medication or stimulants. If you take medications in the morning, this is especially important. Your body cannot process what you're giving it if the engine is dry. And if plain water is difficult for you, try infusing it with a slice of lemon or cucumber. Not to sweeten it, just to make it inviting. But don't skip it. Imagine starting your day with clarity, with steady energy, with a sense of balance and readiness. Not because you forced it, but because you gave your body exactly what it was asking for, quietly, and for too long, ignored. This is what it means to age wisely. Stay with me, because the third mistake we'll uncover next may feel small, but it's the one most closely tied to cardiovascular health, hormonal balance, and emotional well-being. And it's something many seniors avoid, not out of laziness, but out of routine. A routine that must now change. You don't need more medication. You need better mornings. The third dangerous morning mistake that many people over 70 make is skipping movement, going straight from bed to chair, from kitchen to recliner, from stillness to more stillness. At first, it may seem harmless. You're not in a rush. You tell yourself you'll stretch later. You'll walk a little after lunch. But slowly, almost invisibly, this absence of morning movement begins to erode your strength, your circulation, and your ability to stay independent. And that's the word we must speak about now, independence. Because every day that begins without movement is a day your muscles shrink, your joints stiffen, and your balance becomes just a little more uncertain. You may not notice it today or tomorrow, but over time, this quiet erosion steals more from you than age ever could. If this speaks to you, I urge you, like this video and subscribe now. Because what we offer here is not just advice. It's preservation. It's how you hold on to what matters most. Your ability to move freely, live safely, and face each day on your own terms. Now let's go deeper. You don't need a gym. You don't need fancy routines. But you do need intentional movement in the first hour of your day. Why? Because when you sleep, your joints compress, your circulation slows, and your spine settles. Without gentle stretching and movement to reverse that, your day begins with tension, with stiffness, with imbalance. And those first 10 minutes of movement can determine everything. How you walk, how you breathe, even how well your brain functions. Studies show that light morning movement improves cognitive function, reduces fall risk, and enhances mood in older adults. Let me ask you something deeply important. Have you felt more sluggish in the mornings? Less coordinated? Do your knees ache more now than they did a year ago? Has your posture changed? Do you walk more slowly, not because you're tired, but because you're unsure? These are not random signs of age. They are the results of underused muscles, joints, and systems that are quietly fading from lack of engagement. So what can you do? Start simple, before breakfast, before the news, before the day takes hold of you. Stand near a counter or sturdy chair. Begin with 5 minutes. Gently roll your shoulders. March slowly in place. Circle your ankles. Stretch your arms overhead. Bend slowly side to side. If possible, take a short walk, indoors or outdoors, just 5 minutes. Let your body know, I'm awake, I'm here, I'm ready to move. And if walking is difficult, that's all the more reason to move. Chair stretches, bed exercises, even finger and wrist mobility, all of it counts. What matters most is consistency. Because movement, especially in the morning, is not about exercise. It's about activation. Waking up the body, not just from sleep, but from stillness, from years of habits that quietly take more than they give. And here's the deeper truth. When you move first thing in the morning, you're not just protecting your muscles. You're sending a message to your heart, your lungs, your brain. We are not done yet. Imagine starting your day not with stiffness, but with flow, with breath, with lightness in your step and clarity in your thoughts. That's not a dream. That's a choice. Stay with me, because the fourth and final mistake we'll discuss next has nothing to do with what you do physically, but everything to do with what you feed your body. And unfortunately, it's one of the most common ways older adults sabotage their energy, memory, and blood sugar every single morning. You are not too old to move. You are too wise to stop. The fourth and final dangerous morning mistake that many people over 70 make is skipping a proper breakfast, or worse, starting the day with sugar. It's the most misunderstood moment of the morning. Some older adults wake without hunger. Others have grown used to starting their day with nothing but coffee, a slice of toast, or something quick and sweet. But here's the truth. After 70, breakfast is no longer just a meal. It's a form of medicine. What you eat or don't eat within the first hour of waking sets the tone for your entire body. Your blood sugar, your brain, your balance, your memory, your mood. And skipping it, or choosing poorly, is not a small mistake. It's a daily decision that, over time, can lead to sudden drops in blood sugar, lightheadedness, fatigue by mid-morning, irritability, increased risk of falls, poor medication absorption, slower recovery from illness. If any of these symptoms sound familiar, I invite you now to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Because breakfast is not just something we talk about, it's something we rethink with wisdom, clarity, and purpose. Let me ask you, what did you have for breakfast this morning? Was it enough to stabilize your blood sugar? Did it include protein? Did it include fiber? Did it support your mind and body? Or did it simply silence your hunger? The most common mistake seniors make is starting their day with refined carbohydrates, cereal, white toast, fruit juice, pastries. These foods spike blood sugar quickly, but then cause it to crash, leaving you tired, foggy, and craving more. What your body truly needs is balanced fuel. That means protein, to support muscles and stabilize energy. Healthy fats, to nourish your brain and keep you full. Fiber, to support digestion and prevent blood sugar spikes. And hydration, to carry all of it through your system effectively. Here's a better picture of what breakfast can look like after 70. A scrambled egg with sautéed spinach. A slice of whole grain toast with a thin layer of avocado. A handful of berries. A glass of water. Maybe a cup of green or black tea after hydration. Or perhaps plain Greek yogurt with chia seeds and walnuts. A small apple sliced thinly. Herbal tea with lemon. 1 square of dark chocolate, if your heart desires. It doesn't have to be large. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be balanced. And no, skipping breakfast to save calories or because I'm not hungry is not harmless. Especially not when you're managing medications, energy levels, and hormones that no longer self-regulate as they once did. Your body is older now, but it is not beyond repair. It is simply more sensitive to neglect. And food is one of the most powerful tools you have to support it. Imagine beginning your day with steadiness, not from caffeine, not from willpower, but from nourishment. A steady heartbeat, a steady step, a steady mind. These things are not only possible, they are your right. But they don't happen by accident. They happen by intention. So tomorrow morning, ask yourself, not, what do I feel like eating, but what will support me best today? That single question, repeated daily, can change everything. Stay with me, because in the final conclusion, I'll bring together everything we've explored. These 4 common mistakes, and how avoiding them doesn't just improve your morning, it can improve your life, your safety, your clarity, your strength. You've lived too long to start each day in ways that take more than they give. You've now seen the 4 dangerous morning mistakes that many people over 70 make, often without knowing, often without anyone ever warning them. They seem small, harmless, even familiar. Rising too quickly, forgetting to hydrate, skipping movement, choosing the wrong breakfast, or skipping it altogether. But make no mistake, these are not little things. These are daily decisions that shape the very foundation of your health, your energy, your clarity, and your independence. And the most dangerous thing about these mistakes? They don't strike all at once. They erode you slowly, quietly, until the day you fall, the day you forget, The day your body doesn't respond the way it used to, and no one can explain why. But now you know why. Because the way you begin your day determines how strong you'll finish it. You see, after 70, your mornings are no longer automatic. They are sacred. They require awareness. They require intention. And they offer you a second chance, not just to survive another day, but to begin it in power. Let's remember together. You honor your body by slowing down when you rise. You protect your clarity by giving your system water, not just coffee. You guard your strength with movement, not exercise, but activation. And you feed your focus with real food, not sugar, not habits, but balance. Each of these shifts may seem small, but taken together, they form something profound. A new way of beginning. Because every strong day begins with a strong morning. Let me ask you now, heart to heart. Are you willing to begin again? To rewrite the first hour of your day? To stop allowing routine to write your future, and instead, choose what serves your body, your mind, your years? If even a part of you says yes, then I ask you one final time, like this video, subscribe to this channel, because you are not too old to change, and your life is not too far along to get better. Imagine waking tomorrow and doing just one thing differently, sitting a little longer before standing, drinking that glass of water before coffee, stretching your arms before news, eating something real before pills. These are not chores. They are acts of love. Love for the body that has carried you through decades and still has more to give. You are not fragile. You are not finished. You are still here. And you deserve mornings that protect you, not punish you. So go gently, go wisely, go with new awareness. And let every sunrise be not just another day, but another chance to live it better than the one before. Until next time, stand slowly, breathe deeply, eat wisely, and remember, strength is not something you had and lost. It is something you can choose to rebuild, starting with your next morning.